Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Lakota East High School for the girls varsity basketball game. Tonight, the contest does not matter if you're from the north or from the south, but if on the east or the west, because we have a classic school in-district rivalry between Lakota East and Lakota West. I'm Dave Royce with my partner Dwayne Floyd here at the Inside Hawk Nest for a classic matchup tonight. Dwayne.
I tell you, you know what, it's always exciting when the two Lakota schools get together and they battle it out for who is going to be the best Lakota school program. And I'll tell you, what, Dave, it doesn't really matter what the records are. I mean, at the end of the day, this is all about the pride of Lakota. So it's exciting to be here with you, man. We're looking forward to a great game, and we'll just see how the girls play tonight.
Here we're getting ready for the lineups from the home team, Lakota East. They just announced the Lakota West lineup. Got a myriad of sophomores and seniors on the starting lineup. And here we see from Lakota East, number 3, Emily French, senior. And another senior there for Lakota East, Cameron Eddy at guard. And our third senior starter tonight, number 14, Claire Vogelman. And the East, they got some depth down in the lower ranks too. Here we have a starting freshman for Lakota East, Madison French.
Yeah, pretty impressive for a freshman to be starting here for the varsity team for East.
And at the center position, Kelsey Severfield will round it off as a junior. So both squads got a good balance of seniors, sophomores, juniors. Freshmen on both of these squads we're going to get to see tonight and see a lot of exciting play here at Lakota East.
I tell you what, Dave, the Lakota West, they have quite a few of these great players that have just supported this program over the years. You got a lot of individuals on the starting five that are leading the conference in various categories. So here we have Lakota West. They've gotten the tip. And right now we have number 5, which is Amari Flores with the ball. She is
Navina Dean with that tip, who's got the ball right now, is to start the Lakota offense up. And she's leading some categories out there. We'll cover here later. There's a steal by Claire Vogelman for the East Hawks and a quick shot by Madison French from the 3 line. That won't go. There's a battle for a rebound. Kelsey Silverfield gets it. Looks like she goes up strong to the glass with a foul. Quick by the West.
I tell you what, if Kelsey can go and grab some boards tonight and get some extra possessions for East, that's really going to change the dynamic of the ball game. Here you have a good defensive stand on the other end of the floor by East, followed by some nice aggressive play here in the paint.
So Kelsey makes the first one and puts the first mark on the board for East. That's got to feel good for head coach Dan Wallace down there leading off the Lakota East Thunderhawks. And of course on the west side, we have Andy Fishman at the helm as usual, leading off the Firebirds.
Yeah, so here we have West. This is their normal format, their offensive format. A lot of good motion and a lot of sharing of the basketball. But here we go. Once again, East has been very aggressive on the defensive floor. So here you have an opportunity to really kind of put some points on the board, and we'll see what happens as they start to generate an offense.
Yeah, they pound that ball into Dean. She goes up, but Severfield comes down with the rebound and gets the offense started for East. They try to get it into Severfield, but it's a bad pass, and it's a push away. And Cameron Eddy recovers, gets it back down to Severfield. She misses a layup, and we're going the other way. I think that's Vukovic with the ball for the West, and she throws it out of bounds, looking for Flores.
This looks like Lakota West is just a little tight, playing a little sloppy basketball. But like I said, this is a team that has been together for quite a few years, and they are putting up some really good numbers here in the conference.
Yeah, you know, as these two teams battle, it's always a little bit tougher for the visitor to come into that hostile ground and get settled early. But I'm sure Coach Fishman will get them settled down here, and we'll get to see some quality basketball out of both programs. There's a nice cut by Madison French. She misses a layup, too. They can't be missing those easy buckets tonight. You know, West is a pretty good team. They're ranked in the city and the state, and East can't be missing those easy layups.
No, they really can't afford to do that. But they continue to keep playing strong on the defensive end. We just lost a loose ball.
Yeah, if there was another opportunity, again, same way. You can't be missing opportunities to change the direction and take possession of the ball, and that went off on, looked like Cameron Eddy's leg, and West will maintain the ball underneath. A quick pass out to number 2. She shoots a 3. She gets a rebound. There's a block by Sieverfeld inside. So as West keeps trying to pound it inside, they're not getting anything. There's a long pass intercepted by Davukovic. She is driving with a nice layup, and she misses that. Rebound by Madison French. And East will bring up the ball on the far side.
So here's the East opportunity to really kind of just start taking control of the basketball game here. They got to play their own tempo. They can't go with the tempo of West. So here we have like a nice little jump shot. It's a miss and a rebound by Stella Lacusa. So here we have a drive. You know what? Dagukovic is going to be the key for West. So goes her, so goes West.
Yeah, she is. She swung to the top of the key there, had a good look, and just couldn't bury it. So now we got some first-time substitutions in the game at the 5:14 mark here. Both coaches changing up some personnel. Quite a few for East. I see Bree Harris made it in there.
Sarah Swat.
Sarah Swak is in there. She's a sophomore working up on the varsity team here. Grace Honingford. And I believe for the West side was number 14, Kylie Zerdin, got in there. And she'll be a big player there inside the block, as we see Bree Harris trying to take it inside on Kylie, and she just couldn't do it. And Grace Honingford,
there you go,
hits a quick 3 in the corner. And I'll tell you, Darren, Dwayne, if she gets hot, East is going to be in a good position, because
absolutely.
When Grace is hot, she's hot, and boy, she can splash some 3s in a hurry.
She really can. So here you start to see, now we see West that just comes right back and nails one. Chance Gray,
Chance Gray hits a big 3-pointer, and she was 4 feet behind the 3-point line. There's a steal by West. 5 is driving. She kicks it back out. Davukovic has it. She's another 4 feet behind the 3-point line again.
That's how quick West can get back in the game. Now you got a 6-5 ball game. You got Chance Gray, who is the leading scorer here in the GMC conference. So they go right back to the people who they can depend on most.
Chance Gray with 2 big 3-pointers. And
too big.
Dwayne, I'm talking at least 4 to 5 feet behind the 3-point line. But as you pointed out, you know, looking at the GMC offensive leaders, Chance is right up there at the top of the list in scoring.
Yeah, she is really having a great season here, and it's amazing how you go to your go-to people when you really need a bucket and you really need to start getting some momentum. You have to like start going to some of your players and just keep you in the game, and Chance Gray is definitely one of those individuals for Lakota West.
So she has brought the West Firebirds back on top 6-5 with 4 minutes left in this first quarter.
And here's what we were talking about earlier, Dave, is that Lakota East has to play their style of tempo, their style of play. So if they can just start controlling some possessions, they'll be able to stay in this game. But if it's going to be an up and down game, that's going to favor Lakota West.
So there's the trap by West. Sarah gets through it. East changed some personnel on that timeout. Looks like Maddie Bly's in the game and Liz Tenover. That's a junior and 2 juniors just
there's
came in.
Turnover by Cameron Eddy. So.
Yep. And as we said, we can't have that. There's a quick transition down to Davukovic for a layup.
There again, once again, you got Chance Gray, who's just starting to control and take the game on herself for Lakota West. Here we have a travel that's on the floor. Travel that.
So East is getting a little frustrated now with the press. Coach Fishman has put on the press, and the Firebirds are answering it and harassing the East Thunderhawks. And Liz had it there. She recovered, and then she forgot she couldn't stand up and got a travel call. So
absolutely. So here you start having some substitutions for Lakota East, that is. We got Madison French, and we also have Claire Vogelman is back in the game. So they didn't get much of a rest, but they really need them to come defensively like they started off the game with.
So West will take possession of the ball, half court here. That's Flores running the floor for West at the point. Into Vukovic. She drives and spins and turns, puts it up. There's a missed rebound again. Can't have that. There's Kylie, just like I said.
3 opportunities
She
there.
is tough in the paint.
And we got another turnover on the floor. So West gets another opportunity, but it's a big rebound by Lakota East.
Rebound by Vogelman. And East is having trouble getting the ball up. Maddie Bly gets it, throws up a layup. It doesn't go.
Yeah, you're going to end up a situation now where Lakota East is trying to match the tempo of West, and that is not going to be a good case scenario for East longer term if they're going to try to stay in this ball game. So here we are with 2:30 left in the first quarter. We have Lakota East at 5 and Lakota West at 10. So already facing a 5-point deficit just right out of the gates here.
Yeah,
And
Dwayne, that
this
was a
isn't
quick
sustained.
change. You know, East was up, and now all of a sudden they find themselves 5 points down. They haven't been able to answer with a point yet since West went on this run.
Yeah, it's amazing how this game's going to be a game of runs. Here we have Lakota West on a 10-0 run right now. East came out of the gate strong. So we'll see how they respond.
There's a good defensive play by East. Had her trap down at the block, and West threw it away. But on East, when they recovered, I think they stepped out of bounds or on the sideline there. So back to West. They'll inbound the ball and work from the side court. Back over to Vukovic. She's shooting a 3. That's off.
Yeah, see, here's the little things in this game that's going to turn around. You got to be able to box out. And here we see is that because of the fact that we missed a box out by Kelsey there, we didn't get a rebound, but fortunately we had a turnover by Lakota West, and we get the ball back.
Yep. So East is inbounding to Emily French. She's bringing the ball up, looking for some help. Claire Vogelman's wide open at the 3. Oh, in and out. That looked good from our vantage point for sure, and that's exactly what East needed, but the basketball gods just didn't smile there. That was in the cylinder and back out, and here's West with the ball looking to pound it inside as they do.
Yeah, and here we have a foul on Lakota East. You see, it looks like they're going to be calling that on number 13, Cameron Eddy.
So that was straight into their big Navina Dean, 6'2" senior playing in there, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, she certainly has some size down there in the paint, and she can definitely command a lot of space down there. So if her only role is just to get them rebounds and get them second and third opportunities, I mean, she's done her job. She does hit a free throw here. So we're at 11-5, Lakota West favor right here.
She knocks down 1 out of the 2, and East gets the ball, brings it up, and West is looking to do the half-court trap. Madison French splits it, throws the ball up. It's going to be off the hands of West, so East is going to get the ball underneath their own basket.
Yeah, East just seems like they're forcing things. They're not playing as a individual or a group. They're playing like a bunch of individuals. So
there's a forced pass inside that just didn't go, and Dean sends it the other way, hands it off to
I'll tell you, you don't see
Clay.
that Chance Gray from West miss too many of those layups, so that was in and out.
Yep, Chance Gray goes with the layup, and
so it looks like coach over here for Lakota West is calling a timeout here, and West is going to take their first timeout of the game. So here we have is a lot of excitement. Here we have a game of runs. Right now we have a run by Lakota West, but not necessarily Lakota East. So here's an opportunity for East to try to get some level of momentum back into this game. They got to start playing their style of play versus West style of play. And that's going to what they're going to have to answer to.
they scored those quick first 5 points. They were looking for open people, and they were getting them, taking what the defense gave them. And like you said, it seems in these last few trips down the floor, they're forcing things, trying to take it inside. And if it's not there, that you need to look to kick it out, find open players, work more together as a group. So
Yeah, it's
West
real
takes a
critical.
quick 30-second timeout here. They're going to have the ball underneath their own basket. And I'm sure Coach Fishman drew something up there to see what he's got here. There's just right back inside to Dean. Nothing there. Severfield knocks that one away. And there's a
big
three-pointer
by Leah Aberbat. So here we start to see West just comes right back and just puts it right in.
Leah Aberbat comes in off the bench and hits a three-pointer, and here goes East down. And there they go, Dwayne. They find the open player. Madison French knocks down a big three-pointer that they really needed here.
They definitely
coming in these last few seconds of the first quarter. There's Dean. She throws one up.
I'll tell you, that's a little shocking. That's shocking for Lakota West, because that's not her game. Usually she's in the paint. But they don't have an answer. East doesn't have an answer for this press. The press break.
Yeah, they are struggling with the press, and here they get it over half court, and they got the half court trap. Now they should have 5-on-4.
Oh, she traveled. Here we have to see.
So that's that key right there, Dwayne. You break that half court trap, and then you catch West with 4-on-3 because they've got 2 people up. You break that; those people are out of the play, way at the top of the.
Yeah, they definitely had
half-court line.
That was a great opportunity for them to get points and get rewarded for that effort. But here you are, going to have to put it to work on the defensive end.
There's a quick shot by
there's a good rebound.
Gray, which I'm sure they probably wanted her to hold on to it for the last shot, but she misses. Cameron Eddy comes up and throws one up at half court and almost makes it. Grabbed a little bit of rim there, but
so here we have at the end of the first quarter, Lakota West 16, Lakota East 8. And we're going to take a commercial break.
Westchester has grown from seeds first sown by farmers and tradespeople, drawn here by the beauty of the land and the promise of opportunity. Westchester provided these early settlers with the chance to thrive and prosper. They built homes, schools, businesses, and with it, they built a sense of community. Today, Westchester is more sophisticated and polished. Ideally situated with highway access, exceptional schools, beautiful neighborhoods, and welcoming neighbors. It may not be a small town anymore, but neighborhood block parties, school programs, thriving businesses, and community events remind us that Westchester is our hometown. Westchester welcomes everyone.
I see the potential this township has for me.
The heart of our community lives inside the people who are making their best life in one of America's best places to live.
I have spent my entire life living in Westchester. It means less about having a house and more about feeling at home.
Whether you're a small business or Fortune 500 company, Westchester rolls out the red carpet to every business.
Westchester is what it is on purpose, a place of promise and opportunity. Place where families grow and businesses prosper. Proactive, collaborative, enthusiastic, welcoming.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lakota East High School. Here for the girls' varsity matchup between Lakota East and Lakota West. And so far, Dwayne, we've got a good one here after one quarter.
Yeah, we really do. We see it's a quarter of runs so far. Lakota East came out with a 5-point run, and then West answered with like an 11-point run. So East has got to come back again. It's about playing their style of play, their tempo, and they really got to start playing as a team versus a group of individuals out here on the floor.
Yeah, if they'll get the ball first here in the second quarter, which they definitely need to get a bucket here and cut into this lead of 16-8. Nice backdoor cut and a bad pass. That could have been an easy 2 right there, and that could have tightened this up to a 6-point game. And that's East needs to hang around.
Absolutely, but I love how at least that's a good example of trying to play some team basketball versus the individual play that we saw in the first quarter.
Absolutely. Here's West running their offense.
So there's a missed opportunity for a rebound, and then what happens is Dukovic puts it right back in for a bucket.
Yeah, there's a rebound just came right off the rim right to Dukovic, and she was in the right spot at the right time. And there East breaks the press, gets a wide open layup, and Maddie Bly comes up with just a little short. And there goes Gray with another long three-pointer. She is
I don't think the line bothers her at all.
Those are NBA style ones.
Yeah,
And,
maybe she's been watching Steph Curry. I mean,
yeah, she splashed too early. She missed that one, but her stroke looks good, so we'll keep an eye on that shot for her. So there's
there you go, another ill-advised shot. I mean, here you're starting to have some level of motion and control the tempo, and then you make a quick shot. And then look what happens. Here we have is
Leah Aberbat again,
nails a three.
who wasn't a starter. She came off the bench. There's a replay right there. Madison French defending that. You'll see nice pass here. She sets the feet, squares up. It's a good stroke, and she splashes a three-pointer right there and puts West up 21-8.
Yeah, this is where the game gets out of control for Lakota East pretty quickly. I mean, West is in control. They're playing their style of play. The tempo is what they like. And it's hard for East, even when they get surprised and they get an opportunity by breaking the press. And here they are, even standing alone, they miss layups. So they got to be able to convert these layups. They got to be able to get back from the press down the floor to get rebounds so they can get second opportunities. So unless they do like the small little fundamentals of the game, boxing out, getting rebounds, getting second opportunities, it's going to be a very long night for Lakota East.
Yeah, starting that second quarter there where we saw the backdoor cut and then, that could have been two, and then the missed layup on the fast break. That's 4 points that makes a big difference in this game. And you're looking at 12-21 versus 8-21. East has got to get some buckets here, keep this in control, and like I said earlier, stick around. And good things happen sometimes when you stick around.
Absolutely. So now it comes down to a confidence. You got to have some level of confidence and some level of belief that you can still stay in the game.
So West stays right into their press. East is bringing the ball up at half court here. There they got a steal. And
yeah, it's just that they're just more aggressive.
Amara Flores just takes the ball straight into the hole, nobody cuts ball, and goes straight in for a layup.
Yeah, so see what you have here is that Lakota East is all stacked up. They're all playing half-court basketball versus having people down in towards the paint to have a pass opportunity. Here, once again, we start to see is that we have some individual plays still happening.
Nice move by Vogelman. Claire makes a shot fake and then drives the lane for an easy layup. And if that's going to work, I'd keep doing that all night.
Absolutely. So here's a defense play. We have Emma comes all the way down the floor here. Is Amari Flores. She comes all the way down the floor and then gets fouled and now gets to go to the free throw line. So you don't have the clock running necessarily right now, and they still are putting up points on Lakota East.
Which is not a good thing when you're trailing, for the clock to be stopped and points to go up against you. So not terrible foul trouble. The East has got 2 team fouls. West has got 1. So no foul trouble, but as you said, you can't put good players on the line and let them score with the clock not running. So here
East
goes East running the
somebody's going to have to
press
start
break,
taking over the game here.
and taking care of the ball. Some sloppy passing here early. And if they can take care of the ball, I think they'll be fine, because West is flying around and there's going to be some open.
So here's just some simple things about the game right here.
There's a nice block by number 11, Delaney Singer gets back.
Oh, it's good.
And their nice move by the freshman Madison French goes in with a nice underhand layup for 2 more for East.
I tell you what, if Madison is going to have to be that individual who's going to be the spark plug to this Lakota East team. Here's a freshman who's going to lead them. It's unbelievable, but right now, out of the 12 points they have, and she's the highest point scorer on the floor for East right now.
There again, a nice long pass that probably not the best pass that you would want to make in that situation. They need to take care of the ball, East does. And
absolutely. So what does West do? Here we go. They're one of their best scoring players with the ball right now.
So it looks like they're spreading the floor over to Davukovic, and they're being very patient all of a sudden.
Yeah, this is just the diversity of Lakota West. I find it a little interesting. So maybe it's a lull you to sleep strategy, and then all of a sudden they like nail a NBA three-pointer on you.
Right, there's a pass all the way across, and there's Divukovic standing wide open at the three-point line, but she shoots and misses. Delaney Singer ripping down a rebound, loses it.
That's a great rebound. Here we start to get.
Honingford picks it up, Grace does, and gets the ball inside to Bree Harris, who goes with a nice left-handed layup. Love to see that from the ladies, making those left-handed layups. There's another NBA three-pointer there by Gray, but she comes up a little short, so all of a sudden she's coming up a little dry at the well, where she hit 2 in a row there all of a sudden early in the first to bring West back to this lead. So
I tell you what, I like.
There's another turnover by
Madison,
East.
I like the play of Madison French. I mean, she's playing very well tonight, moving the ball, being aggressive, looking for opportunities. Now it's just going to be strong on the defensive end. And here you have.
Well, I guess I spoke a little too soon there because
Chance Gray just nailed another long one.
she went to that same spot, set up, and that same spot, and just splashed down a three-pointer. So here goes Madison French driving the lane, but gets a block by Divukovic.
Yeah, that may have been a little too forced on that one. I'll tell you, anything that Chance Gray is throwing up right now is going down. She has 11 points. She's arguably the highest scorer on the floor right now. So 11 of the 30 points is one player, and that's Chance.
Yep, like we said, she's a leader in the GMC for a reason. There's another nice drive by French, and looks like she might be coming up a little slow there, looking over at the bench. I think she's looking for
Yeah, she's definitely, we don't know if she's injured or if she's just frustrated over a couple of missed layups.
But as you said, pretty impressive for a freshman to come into a big rivalry game here and taking control of the offense, and not afraid to drive that lane against the West team, whether they're seniors in there. She's been putting it up. So here she is at the three-point line, and
that's a great
she
shot.
splashes a big three that East really, really needed just then. That's going to bring it to 30-17 with 2:16 left in the second. And Coach Wallace takes a quick 30-second timeout.
So this is a smart timeout by Lakota East because they need to regroup.
Here we go, we're going to get another chance to see that replay. Works it inside, nice. It finds Madison French wide open at the three-point line, and she throws it down.
You know what? If they're gonna have to take what the defense gives them. So if they're gonna leave her wide open, then she's got to be able to knock it down. But a really good timeout here, because here is where East can try to get some of the tempo back, try to encourage the girls so they can come out and finish strong here in this quarter with 2 minutes and 16 seconds to go.
Dwayne, on that replay, just like you mentioned earlier, you know, there's where East was using all 5 players, playing team ball, worked it inside, opens up the outside. You find a wide open teammate, and she knocks down a three-pointer. So they keep doing things like that. That'll work themselves back into this game and cut into this lead before the half.
Absolutely. So there's 2 players for Lakota West that they need to worry about right now, and that is Chance Gray and also Kaylin Divukovic.
And she's got the ball right now at the top, number 23, Divukovic, over to Leah.
I tell you what, that Leah Apperback, she is having one heck of a game. And she must be 100% from the floor right now.
She is, I think, 3 for 4 at the three-point line, and she's got 9 points so far in the game. So all three-pointers. She's splashing them from the outside, too. So here we go, East working that ball left to right, looking for an open player. And they're going to find one here. They keep working it. And there's a shot by Grace Honingford off. And
this is what we're talking about. These are the game within the game. Kelsey did not block out. There was no block out there. There's no aggressive play there. And that's what East needs out of her, to get those extra possessions.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy in the paint here tonight for West. There's a nice, great inbound and cut by Cameron Eddy for a quick 2. But you're right, Dwayne, that when you're down in the paint tonight, you got to be playing physical and be boxing out, because that was a for sure 2 put back there. So East comes out good with the inbound to Cameron, and she goes up with the 2. So, and they just keep working and working and looking for those open shots. And Thunderhawks are going to be just fine here.
Yeah, we got a rare turnover by Chance Gray, so she steps out of bounds. So here we go. If you can get a nice bucket here and at least get 2 3-pointer, now you're like starting to talk about getting back into this game, and you can close out the half strong.
So West not pressing there, playing their normal defensive set, and East brings the ball up and still turns it over. So
Yeah,
there we
this
were
is what
talking about
goes.
earlier, passing is so important to have good, clean passes on a team that's so disciplined on the defensive side.
Yeah, you can't bet on the fact that Lakota West is going to make a mistake. You have to bet on the fact that you need to up your level of play in order to match the same level of intensity of Lakota West. So here's a good closeout. They're playing an outside-inside game here. And here you see with a bucket.
And right now West has got their 2 big post players in there and took advantage of East where they had it to 1 and then found Kylie open down on the block for the second one. There goes Vukovic in. She
That's
makes
a
a
good
shot,
block, though.
gets it knocked away. And there's Navina Dean knocks down a 3-pointer. She's playing both ways, Dwayne. She's inside and she's outside, and she's proven that she can play anywhere on the court. So
Yeah,
that
Dean
senior
is
is
having a great game as well. She's kind of taking it on her own that she's not going to lose here today.
She hit the 3-pointer there to give West a lead of 38 to 19 here at the half. So we're going to take a short break here during halftime, and we'll be back at Lakota East, home of the Thunderhawks. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lakota East, where we have the girls varsity East against Lakota West Firebirds. And we had a crazy start in the first half, Dwayne, where East jumped out to a lead. West came back to a 14-0 run and have just kept stretching that lead as East keeps trying to scratch back. West just keeps pulling away and have a nice, comfortable 19-point lead here to start the second half.
Yeah, you're exactly right. It's been a game of runs, but it's more runs from Lakota West than there is from Lakota East. So this is how the half is going to start. It's very critical for East to get off to a good start, get the first basket of the half, and instead we get a turnover.
West grabs that turnover. That's, again, Dean in there playing the inside. She grabs the ball, kicks it out. West brings it up. They're a little sloppy, but there's a try to reverse layup.
So even when you get things and you do things right, like they had a great defensive stand, they get a turnover, and they step out of bounds. So, I mean, this is where East has to get the game back under control and play under control so that they can start making some level of momentum and get back into the game. So Danukovic is with the ball once again, and here we have is a nice little floater. Big rebound, though. She's got to hold on to the ball. And so that's a good defensive stand by Lakota East. So critically important here is that they get some points.
There's a nice pass in the inside to Severfield. She just can't finish there. And West pulls a rebound down and quickly goes the opposite way. And that's Flores taking it straight to the hole. Or was that Gray? I'm sorry, that was Chance Gray that went in there for the layup. Comes up short, and East will get the ball back here.
So out of the first two possessions, I mean, it's great that it's a 0-0, but here you start to do is that you got to be able to get back into the game with a 19-point deficit.
Definitely agree. East definitely needs a buck here.
There
Nice
you go.
backdoor cut by Emily French from Madison French. No relationship there between the Frenches, but they kept hooked up on that play for 2.
I don't know about you, Dave, but it's all French to me.
Yes. There's a nice stop by Cameron Eddy with a block and a quick transition for another layup.
See, that's perfect. That's what you need. And Madison French was that explosive piece that they needed in the first half, and it just to see what happens in the second half. They're going to need her in the second half as well.
That's what they don't need, a reach-in foul that far away from the rim. But this is exactly what East needed to do coming out of the halftime is some quick scores
Absolutely.
and get some momentum going their way.
So here we have a 4-0 run right now from Lakota East. Now they just need to buckle down defensively, stay disciplined, and just get those rebounds. One of the things that West does very well is getting rebounds and getting second chance opportunities.
Flores inbounds the ball, and West sets up on the outside with some motion offense. There's a nice give and go.
Hey, I like that defensive play on Gray. I mean, here in the first half, they allowed a lot of space. Now they're like starting to crowd her a little bit, and as a result, she's driving and she's turning the ball over a little bit. So she's playing out of character at this point, but they can continue to keep doing those type of things. That's going to prove well for Lakota East. So
Madison French gets the ball back and then immediately drives for that underhand layup that she likes and gets fouled and will go to the line for 2.
So here's the simple things, is that free throws, you gotta be able to take advantage of those. You're leaving points on the table, on the floor. You gotta be able to get those points. The clock is not running. And
So
here's an opportunity to get back into the game.
misses the first one, misses the second one. There's a quick rebound by West. And West made a quick sub there in that in between free throws, bringing Kylie back in for Leah. And so now West will set back up on their offensive side.
So we're getting some good movement. There you go. So here you have another turnover by Lakota West. And
So we've got an illegal screen on West.
so let's see what happens here, is that you have an opportunity here to start continue. If you can get a basket here, you really start to make West play a little bit more different than what they have been playing. It's amazing how confidence and momentum happens in a game.
There's a nice press break for another quick layup by East by Grace Honingford. And if they can continue to do that, you'll see West back out of that
Yeah,
press.
that's a big bucket.
Yep,
Definitely
real
a
big bucket. There's a nice pass inside to Kylie. She works it in, kicks it back out to Flores. She puts it up, but the senior, Dean, grabs the rebound, gets it back out to Davukovic, and she's no stranger to the ball and commands the offense, gets it back into Gray's hands.
See, those are those second chance opportunities we were talking about. The East has to get those rebounds. And because of that missed rebound, you get a 2-point score by Davukovic.
There's a nice play. There's a quick press break to Honingford. Looked like she was going to try to pass it over to Maddie Bly for a layup, and goes off the Firebirds' leg out of bounds. It'll be East ball, it looks like, on the side. I don't know. I kind of like to see Grace just take that up. Nice left-handed layup and not go for that extra pass.
Absolutely.
Keep that momentum going. So
Playing into control. That's the name of the game here.
there's an inbound to Bree Harris. She's going to drive inside, goes up with the left hand, Comes up with a little short.
Yeah, I don't like that play for Lakota East. Again, we saw that in the first half. We have a bunch of individuals on the floor versus playing as a team. So that would have been rightly served by Bree if she would have like kicked that back out, did a post up, and get the ball back. So
Number 14 rips down the rebound. That's Kylie. She dribbles out, but double dribbled, so that's going to be a turnover to East. And there's Sarah Seawalk driving in the lane with a nice bank off the glass.
Oh, that's a strong move. You got to like that. So East cuts the lead down to 13. Just like that, you're playing strong and you're winning the quarter
a couple
so
quick
far.
2-pointers, and like you said, there's a cut down to 13. There's the handoff from Dean to number 21 over to Davukovic, 23.
Oh, she finally cooled down. I tell you, that Leah Aberdat, she has been just lighting East up.
Well, here she comes off the bench again and sets up at the 3-point line, but comes up a little bit short. But as you just said, Dwayne, she's got those 9 points. She picked up three three-pointers in the first half. And West takes a quick timeout as East is starting to just climb back a little bit here. They're scratching and scratching and scratching.
So here's what you see. West brings, they immediately go back to Gray. Gray comes right back off the bench after being out of the game for maybe 40 to 60 seconds at most. So she's back on the floor, and they got all their horses back in the game. So this is going to be a critical possession. I mean, here we start to see is that we need to make sure that there's a good, strong defensive stand here by Lakota East.
Right, so West will look inside, outside. You got Gray in there, Davukovic on the outside, and Leah, just like we talked about, and you still have the two big post players in there to work the ball.
Oh, that would have been a good steal. If she would have had her hands up just a little bit more, Cameron Eddy could have had that steal.
So here goes West working their offense, going at the post at the elbow. She looks to drive, and she puts it up.
That's a strong move by Dean. I mean, you got to, give it to her. Strong move
Dean
by
went in
senior.
there strong left-handed, and she showed us what she can do on the inside, and she splashed a few three-pointers, and she's an all-around player inside, outside, playing defense. So
she's having a great game. So here we start to see is that we have to make sure we get a bucket there, and we definitely do.
And there's where East works the ball, finds the open player, and Cameron Eddy splashes a three-pointer right there, and that is everything East needs is to keep scoring on the offensive side and get a stop when they can. That's going to come up short.
I tell you what, I'm starting to see a level of frustration there out of Gray. Here you start having a lot of pressure by Vogelman, and she's irritating her and getting underneath her skin a little bit.
She had a great crossover move to break her down and then just put it up a little short off the edge of the rim. So here we go. East trying to do press break, kind of got a little too crazy with that pass leading Claire Vogelman, and that's going to go out of bounds and a turnover. So that's, again, what they don't need on the press break. They definitely need to get the ball down to the offensive zone. And if they can catch West and get a quick bucket like they've done coming out of the half, but definitely keep possession of the ball.
Absolutely. So Gray's bringing it up for Lakota West.
There's the handoff from Kylie at the top.
Good, strong defense. That's a good, steal. Now, I like what East is doing. They're letting Gray, they're frustrating Gray, which is not a bad strategy. You have Vogelman, who is literally just pestering her to death, and then you bring across. You bring across with Madison French trying to pick a steal that time around. So not a bad strategy to try to at least
there was the give and go from Gray to Dean and back to Dean.
I tell you, Dean's just tough.
She is playing inside, outside, and just really keeping this game separated for the West Firebirds with her play.
I mean, just with that bucket right there, you had a promising 12-point lead. You got it down, then that big three, you're back up to 15. I'll tell you what, you got to see some stronger play out of Kelsey here.
Yeah, they try to work the ball into her right there. It gets knocked away. And like you said, she's just going to have to get physical. And I can tell you with Kelsey down there, Kelsey's going to play physical. I coached that young lady when she was in junior high and a freshman, and she can play the post. So
yeah, so we just need to get some confidence level out of Kelsey, get us some more play. That's a great strong bucket out of Emily French. Needed that.
Yep.
So you
So
get the
Emily-
lead back down to 12 with that big bucket.
There's a backdoor cut by Vukovic. Can't let that happen for East, and she gets an easy 2.
So here we have with French with the ball. We're bringing it up the court. I like the pace. I like the tempo, though. It's definitely a different tempo than what we saw in the first half. But we have to be able to be in a position to eliminate the turnovers. Those are the little things in a game that's going to make a big difference when it comes down the stretch.
So some substitutions on both ends of the court. We'll reset. West sets up.
So they have their floor general back on the floor with Flores with the ball right now.
There they go with the high,
Then we have a
high
triple
pass
team
looking
on
for
Dean.
low. She beats Sieverfeld, just takes her to the cup for an easy 2.
I tell you what, Dean just had 3 people on her, and she got around all 3 of them. So she's having one heck of a game. but
And
that's
there's a great
free
play
throw.
by Sarah Seawalk. Just breaks the opposite way, cuts through 3 people, goes into the lane and does a little back hand left layup for a deuce.
Absolutely strong play by Seawalk. I'm liking the style of play from her tonight. She just has to continue to keep shooting at this point.
So there, Gray drives the lane and forces Kelsey Sieverfeld to come over and play her. I think she got a...
So Kelsey Satterfield gets called for a foul on that one. So Chance Gray's right back to the line here. But really, arguably, she hasn't scored in the second half, surprisingly. So that level of frustration is starting to carry over even on the free throw line. So you got to
She
like
just
the
came up
strategy.
short. Well, her first. East makes a couple substitutions.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Dean keeping them in the game here in the second half, I mean, you'd have to say that East so far is winning the battle. Now Chance sees that ball go at the bottom of the net, so we're going to have to watch out for that as the half continues on. Now she saw the ball go through the net.
So West sets back up in their normal defense, and East brings the ball up. Madison French drives the lane, gets that knocked away. Vukovic comes up with it and makes a long pass across court. That's going to get partially blocked by East. And they tried to throw it up for a quick one before the end of the quarter there and just couldn't get it off. So this is how we'll end the third quarter. West 50, Lakota East 35.
Not every hero wears a cape.
Plan and practice your escape.
Well, here we are, Dwayne, back at Lakota East, getting ready to start the fourth quarter in a battle between East and West.
I tell you got to like the play of East out of halftime. Right so far, they won the third quarter. So you got to like the fact that they at least are being competitive. They come out to play. So they got to continue to cut into the lead here. And this is where the defensive stand comes into play.
So West is up by 15, as we see there on the TV. And they'll start the quarter with the ball with the quick shot. East gets a rebound, another turnover right to Dean. And that's the player, as we went off at the end of the third quarter, of who you don't want the ball in their hand, because she's working it inside, outside.
Exactly. Once again, you do all the right things, and then you turn the ball over. Those are the things that we just have to eliminate if we're going to continue to get into this ball game. So Dean's on the line, and she misses the first free throw, which I mean, we haven't seen that a lot tonight. Dean has had a great game so far.
It's about the only thing she's done wrong so far tonight. So with 13 points, and I can't tell you how many rebounds that she has.
And she missed the second free throw. So here's an opportunity for a nice little start to the quarter.
So Huntingford takes a shot from the corner, comes up short on the three-pointer, and West brings the ball back up. And they're playing that high-low defense where they just
that's just a heck of a pass.
give it to
by
Dean at the
Gray.
elbow and look for the give and go, and it's so far working.
Yeah, so Stella Lacusa just puts it right in. Just a nice feed by Chance Gray.
So West puts in Stella coming out of the quarter there that we didn't catch, and she's in the ball game and gets her first 2 points.
Absolutely. So once again, here we got, it's an opportunity to do some double teaming here. I know Flores is a pretty good ball handler, but if they can get to the point where they can get some traps, they could force a turnover.
There's a shot by Grays. It comes up short.
Yeah, there's just no box out going on. They're very fortunate to get
East
a rebound.
gets a rebound. They go for the fast break to Seawalk. She throws it up and gets fouled.
Looks like that foul's going to be on Chance Gray. So it could just be just another one of those pieces and elements that, I mean, it's just that she's frustrated and they're getting to her a little bit.
So that's her first foul, team's fourth foul. So neither team really in any foul trouble here tonight. East has got 3 fouls, and looking up at the board there, I don't see any one player on either side.
Not at all. So this
So
is a critical juncture for East right now. They've missed the first free throw. They're back to arguably a 17-point lead here. So this deficit, they're going to have to start making a move right now.
So pretty clean game as far as foul goes, and there's a rebound by number 32, Emily Dorman, who just entered the game for the first time for West. So
it's just a strong move. When your point guard starts getting rebounds, that just goes to show how much of those box outs and the effort on the ball that we are having.
yeah, Flores is the point guard. I think the smallest person out there at about 5'4" comes up with a rebound and goes straight back up. And West is starting to dominate on the glass. On the
now you have Dean bringing the ball up the floor. Just incredible night that she's having. She gets the ball into the paint. She's dishing out. West is moving the ball very well. It just seems like East is just a step behind.
And there's the penetration by Davukovic and a dish over to Dean.
Yeah, uncharacteristic miss by Dean.
For a wide open layup miss. So West taking back control of the ball. There's one of those NBA three-pointers by Gray. And Kaylin Davukovic comes down with the rebound. So we've called Kaylin's name quite a bit tonight. She comes from a history of Lakota basketball players. Her dad dominated here back, I believe, when it was just Lakota. And,
oh, absolutely.
Great player who went on and played up at Butler, and her mom was a collegiate player up at Butler's too. So
absolutely.
She comes from some lineage there of basketball players, and it shows as you've seen her playing tonight.
Well, she's so athletic, and I believe she played for the international soccer team. So not only basketball is her only sport, but she also is an incredible soccer player.
Yes, she is definitely an all-around athlete. So West got the ball working around. Dean puts up a three-pointer, comes up short.
It's just one heck of a move.
There goes a great move by Gray. She comes up short. East has a chance to take a fast break and
yeah, that was
had a potential
there.
for a layup and missed it by Cameron Eddy. So East is taking care of the ball a little bit better, but shot selection needs to be a little bit better on these fast breaks. There's a three-pointer by Vogelman.
Yeah, that was a good look by Vogelman. She's got to be able to knock that down.
Yeah, Claire had a great look there. She's wide open, set her feet, looked good, just came up a little short there. But ball's going to stay here with East. I think there was a foul underneath on the rebound, so they're going to get the ball back.
That's a good,
nice
strong
play.
Move.
Nice strong move going inside. She makes a shot, gets her own rebound, goes right back up.
Yeah.
And there's some got to get a little tougher inside the paint.
Absolutely. Gotta
And
be in
get
a
some more
position to
offensive
finish.
rebounds to cut into this lead if East has any chance here with 4:08 left in the fourth quarter.
So this is where Lakota East has to make a decision that they have to be aggressive to the goal. They have to be committed to getting a basket on this possession. So it just, if anything else, sends a message to West that they're not going away.
Yep,
They're
so
gonna win this game.
they're down 19, and West being up 19. They still have every bit of their starters in. Doesn't look like Coach Fishman's ready to take anybody out yet, up by 19, and here they come again. So West is getting a little rusty there on the shooting. I don't know if these starters, as we just said, been in almost the whole game, are starting to get tired. But there's a missed shot. So an opportunity for East, like you said, to get some points.
Yeah, it really is. Now you're going to have to get played strong defense. And here we have Flores, who gets fouled right now. So we have a side out. Like you said earlier, we're at 5 team fouls each for each team. So we're starting to see the fouls kind of pile up a little bit here in this quarter. But at this point, we have a 19-point lead by Lakota West. And so it looks like we got a full-scale timeout here for Lakota East. And you got to kind of like the call, actually. You got to like the fact that this is an opportunity for the coaching staff here at Lakota East to get these girls focused again, to build up some confidence level, and really kind of eliminate kind of the little small mistakes.
Yeah,
you do
Dwayne,
all the work down here.
Absolutely agree. Good timeout. And as we're sitting here at the table, West sends 2 more starters back in. So they're not taking their foot off the gas pedal at all here. So East has got their work cut out for them. Coach Wallace is over there drawing something up with 3:24 left in the fourth quarter. Every possession has to count now. So.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll
the interesting thing about East is that they haven't done a lot of substituting here in the second half. So you got to kind of understand, or maybe even start to think about, hey, how much gas do I have left in the tank? So these girls are going to have to dig deep.
Yep, there's a quick shot of the band here. We'll give them a shout out. They've been here all night playing in this rivalry game, providing some music and the national anthem, and hats off to the band. They always do a great job, whether it's out on the field or inside here at the court. So
they really do. They always sound great. So here we have a side out. And here they continue to lose their big players, and Flores just drives it right to the hole.
Yep, right to the hole. Misses the layup, and Kelsey comes down with a strong rebound that they needed. And that's exactly what they don't need. Madison French driving the lane and dribbling it off of her foot out of bounds.
This has been the story for Lakota East tonight, is the untimely turnovers. You do everything right, and then at the end of it, you turn the ball over or you have an ill-advised foul.
Yep, they've been doing well with breaking the press, getting the ball down there, and then they got turnovers, down in the offensive end deep where they should be coming up with buckets. So there was almost a turnover right there.
Yeah, I like the aggressive play. I like the fact that it came in, but here, once again, it just seems like the 50-50 opportunities are going Lakota West's way versus East.
So Seawalk knocked the ball down, but went right back into the West hands, and West sets up their offense, and here they go with
yeah, just a strong move.
Kaylin Vukovic with a few more, and that's going to give her total 10.
Yeah, she's just having a solid game. No surprise there. But that's a long ball. That's a good stroke by Seawalk.
Now Seawalk comes in off the bench. She almost gets a steal and then just splashes a three-pointer right there. And she's fired up. West tries to go with the long ball.
Yeah, see,
Kelsey Severfield knocks it out of bounds. So
yeah, those are the balls that Severfield needs to pick off and just grab and take it right back down the court. It's great that she got her hands on it, but those are the aggressive play that we need from her.
Yeah, turnover there would have been a lot better than just a side out, agree. So West will keep possession. There's Flores with the ball. running the offense.
All right, that's a good turnover right there. That's good defensive play, and you got to credit Emily French on that. She was guarded two different people on that possession, just trying to chase the ball. So she's very busy, very conducted, and I like the way she's playing defense here in the second half. So this is where Lakota East has to get big. They have to be able to attack the basket. They have to, there's a sense of urgency of scoring right now.
Just going to say that, Dwayne. They can't run a slow, methodical offense there. It's going to have to be some quick scores to try to even bring this into close. And there's a nice steal by Emily French. She might take that coast to coast. She goes down, puts it up. She's going to get fouled.
Yeah, I like that play by Emily French. She's playing some outstanding defense, and she's being rewarded by having a strong take to the goal.
Emily's a great defensive player. She's always hustling out there on both ends of the ball. And like you said, her defensive play gave her some offensive opportunity there. So hopefully she can go to the line here and knock two down, because this is when they need to score, when the clock's not running.
Absolutely. So this is more, even though they're down and they're facing a 17-point deficit, this is more right now as a team, more about how they're going to play later in the schedule. This is more about the next game at this point.
Right, so
and how
East
the girls respond.
Substitutes in Jasmine Young for her first minutes of the game, and it looks like Coach Wallace is going to get a few seniors coming out and bring some of these juniors in. So Olivia Hines and Morgan Novine come in for East, and for the West side, I think I saw number 22 Laura Brose come in for her first minutes on the West side. So we're getting that point where coaches start looking down the bench, start getting kids in to get some playing time, and a classic rival game here between Lakota East and Lakota West.
Yeah, absolutely, and you can't blame them for doing so. This is a great rivalry game. It's always fun to kind of look back in your high school career and say, hey, you know what, I remember the night that I was on the floor for the East-West game, and it's special.
Yep.
It's special for individuals to do that.
So I believe they meet up again later in the season.
Yeah, they do, and a big message here is that when they do meet up and they go to West, and Lakota West actually is going to be the host, then this is where you're playing for the fact of, hey, I'm not giving up. I'm going to play you hard and strong, and you're going to get a game out of us.
Right.
So the thing about East is if you would have taken off 50% of the turnovers that happened tonight after doing 100% of the things well, it could be a difference in the scoreboard.
Yeah, you know, West has been on a 10-game winning streak and ranked number 5 in the city and 7th in the state in Division I. So the fact that East is only down 14 here at this point, when they've had multiple other opportunities too, as we know, to bring this thing even closer, this could be an 8 to 10 point game easily.
Absolutely. So, hey, I like the aggressive play on the bench here.
Yeah, the girls come in off the bench. They're given 110% right away. Almost came up with a steal there.
Yeah. And West still has 3 of their starters, so they're playing strong.
Yeah. So yeah, you got there's a nice steal by Liz Turnover off and she just can't get the ball over.
Yeah, Dave, this is the story of the night. You
to
do
Olivia
all
Hines.
the right things.
Yeah, and then just can't finish.
Yeah, it's just the story of the night. It's like you can't continue to keep doing all the right things and then give it up at the end. So we're coming down to the final seconds of the game. We got about 20 seconds left remaining in the game. And it just looks like Lakota West is just
in the
on.
weave, just keeping the ball, killing clock, yes. So we're at 10 seconds left in the game.
You know, it's
Flores has the ball.
You gotta like the East-West rivalry. You gotta like this game.
So that's going to be it here as
like
Coach Fishman goes over and leads the team on to congratulate the East players. And we're going to end right where we were saying we showed that 14-point lead here at Lakota East. So,
so it's been a pleasure, sitting with you, Dave, and I've had a great time. And Lakota West 56 and Lakota East 40.
And that'll be it from us from the Thunderhawk Hawk Nest here tonight on the East-West rivalry.